Hi guys. As you all know, I had a graduation set. Um, I recently graduated with my master's in social work. Yay! I graduated this past Saturday, and I have family in town. My parents are in town, my mom and dad, my sibling, and my brother in law. My in laws are in town, and um, it was just really, really nice to have everyone there and show their support and show their love. And I did a little Q&A with my dad just to kind of, you know, see how he felt about the whole thing. I'm his oldest kid, so I I'm getting ready to play it for you guys here. This was before I graduated, so hopefully you guys like it. It kind of gives you a little bit of an insight on mine and my dad's relationship, and maybe this will kind of let you guys know, um, maybe just a little bit more about my dad. Although, not my bio dad, but to me, he's my dad. All right. Hopefully you like it. All right. Hi, Papa.
Hi there, my darling daughter. How in the world are you today?
I'm good.
Good.
I just wanted to say thank you for coming. My graduation's tomorrow. I graduate with my master's in social work, and I'm just really glad that you're here.
Well, why would I want to miss this?
I don't know.
I mean, you're the same little girl
Yeah.
that when you were in pre-K and we were living in the Philippines, we would take the jeepney over to San Fernando. And I'd take you by the hand and we'd walk down the sidewalk. Watch out, there's a bad step here. All that sort of thing. I remember that one spot.
Yeah.
And we'd deliver you to your pre-K program. And it was that time I said, well, here's the first step. And guess what? Those steps have graduated and graduated and graduated.
That's
And
true.
you've made me and your family very, very proud.
Thank you.
By the way, not only that you've done it, but the way that you've done it.
Thank you.
Now you're a graduate.
I know.
Yes. Think of it that way.
Yeah.
The nice part about it is all the busy work you've had to do in education
Yeah.
has been put aside, and you're looking more at theories and explanations and ideas.
An application.
And applications of those ideas.
Yeah.
And basically how to help other people.
Yeah.
And of course that's what education is about, but your specific area, you right down the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
One-on-one type of thing, and that's the beautiful part about the education that you're going through and actually graduating from
I know.
tomorrow.
I know. I'm so
And
excited.
it's going to be a proud moment, despite the fact I'm sure with the arena and all the noise and everything, it'll be like, there she is, you know.
I know.
But
I'm the short one. Look for
yeah,
me.
yeah. Look at that. Hey, remember me?
Yeah.
No, but it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I think it's going to be one of those things too that once I like walk across the stage, it's just going to be
Right.
like a sense of not just relief but like accomplishment,
Right.
because I mean, you got to think about it. I am 37 years old. I have 4 kids. We've moved around so much, and then just having to like juggle all of that and being in like the master's
Yeah.
program, it's just been
What
kind
was
of a lot,
What was the name of the honor society at NOC? Phi Beta,
Phi Theta Kappa.
Phi Theta Kappa.
Yeah.
And when you were president of that,
Mhm.
that was you say, hey, the girl is a leader.
Yeah.
And of course, you did that until the 8th grade boy had the teacher for the mother
Oh,
upended
yeah.
you for president.
I know. I really wanted that president spot
Yeah,
too.
and the thing was, he threatened everybody that his mother would flunk him if they
I
didn't
know.
vote for him, as
Well,
if she had control of that.
I don't know if you knew, but I also got that same award for a different, it's like the Omicron section or whatever,
Right,
but it's the same
right.
award for this school. So it's the National Honor Society type thing, the Phi Theta
That's
Beta,
okay.
I think, for this school, and it's having a 4.0 GPA. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. But I hate to say I told you so or I thought about you so, but all along along in your life that you've been, of course, every child you have is different, but I kept thinking, she's just going to do something special. I had that, in spite of the fact that you cried but refused to be a flower girl at that wedding when you were very, very
What, like
young.
3?
Yeah, like 3 years old or
Yeah.
something like that. In spite of not wanting to be in the spotlight, you've done very, very well. And needless to say, my personal pride is just so much for you, my love. It just to be able to be here and to share that time with you is just can't be beat.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Well, I appreciate everything you did to help guide me through there,
Yeah.
you know, and I remember when we first moved here, you know, when I was 9 and we moved to Oklahoma, I didn't speak any English.
Right.
You know, or I spoke very little English just
Yeah.
to be able to, you know, talk
Right.
to you and stuff. And so from going to that to the year after, I was the vice president of Garfield, you know.
Right, I remember, yeah.
And then the president in 5th grade. So
Yeah.
I just, I feel like I've just kind of always, you know, if I want something, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
So,
And you've done it.
yeah.
There's a lot of people that want to go for it, but 99% of them fall by the wayside.
Yeah,
You
there's
did
not
it.
follow through.
That's the big thing.
Yeah.
I look back as I think about this. This August, it'll be 50 years when I got my doctorate.
Right.
And
yeah.
I remember
and you
how
have,
I felt
yeah.
at that time, like, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing else I can do.
Yeah.
You know? But, so I know that feeling that you have at this point.
Yeah.
That I have set out and I've done it, and I've done it well,
Mm-hmm.
and I've done it with the highest degree of ability and scholarship. And, you know, that's something that the self-pride you can have
Yeah.
because of this accomplishment will go with you the rest of your life.
Oh yeah.
It
Yeah.
really will.
For sure. And I know that you know, you teach high school kids, but you know, before that, you are a whole doctor, and after that, and you
I was an assistant dean at one time. At
yeah. I
university,
mean,
but-
you have your PhD,
Yeah.
so
But
for
I tell you
sure,
what,
that's where I get it from.
I look at my life, and it's been somewhat colorful,
yeah.
and to say the least. And I would not change anything. And I'm sure that even though your ups and downs you've had in your life,
Sure.
look what you've overcome.
That's true.
Most people would have quit. Said, I just can't do this.
Yeah.
But
And
you knew better.
It's
You knew
there's
better.
definitely been some hard times.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But
But hey, you came through them, didn't you?
I sure did.
With flying colors. No doubt.
Do you remember when I first told you that I was pregnant with Peanut? I was going into my senior year,
Yeah.
and I was so afraid to tell you because I was going to go and do such big things. And not that I haven't, but I just kind of took a little bit
Yeah.
different route, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah,
We all
and
do.
I remember Mama was so upset, and I just felt like I disappointed you guys so much. And then your response was, "It's okay." You know, you said, "I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy because it's not,
Yeah.
but what I can tell you is I'll be there to help you in whatever way I can." And I don't know if you know how much that really meant to me.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Right. And I meant it because, oh, Lord knows I've made my share of mistakes
Yeah.
in my lifetime. And some of them have been major blunders, no doubt.
Yeah.
But, you know, somehow if you just keep on plugging, what's the old saying I heard years ago, just keep on and keep it on.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes that's exactly what it takes. It's just to go on. But you've done it.
Yeah.
You've done it.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you guys, so
Well,
I appreciate it.
I'm not sure what all we've been able to do, but you've always had our love and our support
Well, you've helped
and
me
our
with
belief.
homework,
in
you
what you
know,
can do.
and
Oh,
stayed
yeah.
up with me and helped me practice on tests and study. And I remember, like, growing up, I called you my human dictionary because
Oh, really?
you know, I swear I would just ask you, "Hey, Papa, what's this word mean?" And you just knew. You just knew what every single word meant. So you were like my human
It
dictionary.
had to be pretty simple words, I would think, at this point, you know.
What is
But-
cat? No.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
What comes after A?
Right, yes. How do you spell mom?
Yeah.
No,
No,
but
it's-
I appreciate you and everything you did, and, you know, coming to my award ceremonies
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, being there after the kids were born, and,
Yeah.
you know, when I kind of, you know, had a setback with previous relationships. You
Right.
just never made me feel like I couldn't ever come home. You
Yeah.
know, I always had a place with you guys. I always had a home, and that just, it really
Yeah.
means a lot.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what's the greatest sense of feeling right now, love and pride, because they're both just right
Yeah.
there. You know.
Yeah.
All right, they're very, very proud of you,
Yeah.
and I love you very deeply.
Yeah.
And
Well, thank you.
your life is now very rewarding to yourself, which you've earned.
Yeah.
And you've not only you've outdone me in a lot of stuff. You know, when it
Well,
comes
in
to
kids, for
practice-
one. I got 4.
Yeah, yeah, well, I had 3. But anyway, no, I look back at things I would have done differently in my life, and I can't think of anything I would have done differently.
Yeah.
Because I was like you, like everybody else. And this happened and this happened.
Right.
And I didn't want to be a victim of those happenings.
Right.
I wanted to be someone who learned.
And
Because you did the same thing.
I think too, like if things didn't happen the way they happened, then we wouldn't have the outcome we have now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, your pride would have been totally different.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, like, had I not had Peanut, then I definitely would have had Aiden, and then I never would have moved to Virginia, and I never would have met Will, and I
Right.
never, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never would have had the 2 other boys. So.
Oh yeah, look at the way I met Mama.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
same way. I mean, I'm San Diego, California to Manila, Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
and who's that girl? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Hopefully that's how Will thought whenever he saw
Yeah,
me. You know,
yeah.
who's that girl?
Yeah. Of course, I'm sure that I'm not sure what Manette felt about me the first time she saw me.
She said, "Who's that old part right
yeah,
there?"
who is that old part anyway? Why is he paying attention to me?
Yeah. It's just, you know, I feel like God always has a plan, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a firm believer in, you don't know the reason right now, but God has a plan,
Oh,
and
yeah.
He knows, and He has His reason.
I call it the open door, closed door policy.
Yeah.
Don't bang on the door trying to go through, because one next door's open. Let's walk through and see where it goes.
Yeah.
And I remember it was August the 8th, 1988, 88.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided, you know, I'd been talking to the president of the university about maybe thinking about doing other things.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm leaving the Philippines that day.
Mm-hmm.
So I go in, I had a midnight flight out of Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
So I walked into his office. He just looked at me and says, "You're leaving, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "When?" I said, "I have a midnight flight in Los Angeles."
Yeah.
What can I say? Wish me the best of luck
Right.
and all that sort of thing, and thank me for my service, and off I went.
Wow.
But in the total unknown. And best thing that ever happened to me. Just taking that step of faith.
Yeah.
You've done the same thing.
I know, and look
You've
at us
done the
now.
same thing. Look at us. Now, sitting here,
Yeah.
beautiful Florida, nice weather.
Yeah. It's not the
And
Philippines,
I
but
don't
it's still
have
nice.
have a class of people wanting not to learn anything to have to convince today too.
Right.
No, I can't complain. I have a pretty good group of students.
Yeah.
There's always a few exceptions, but that's life. I'm probably the exception teacher to them too. So,
Yeah. Well.
I kind of expect them to learn something.
Yeah. I don't want to make this too long, but I just wanted to say thank you for being here, and thank you
Thank
for.
you for the privilege of letting us come.
Yeah.
I know Mama and I, we just, in spite of the fact of the start of 15 hours in Dulce
I
Airport
know.
because
Oh
of
my gosh. I
weather
know.
and all that stuff, man, the rewards I've had just the few days I've been here.
Yeah. And we'll make your favorite meal tomorrow.
Oh my goodness, I hate it when you talk
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, and because we weren't with you on your birthday, we're actually celebrating it tomorrow. And
Oh.
Peanut said she's going to make you a peach cobbler.
A peach cobbler.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
We got to get ice cream.
We got to have vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
I mean, what's peach cobbler without ice cream?
Right.
Peach cobbler without ice cream. That's what it is, obviously.
Yeah, but it's not
Yeah,
that good.
That's not what we want.
Right. We want it
Hey.
extra good.
We've been, what were those 5 desserts you got at the restaurant
Oh
the
my
other
gosh,
night?
weren't they so
Let's
good?
don't talk about that.
We're not going to talk about it.
You and Jenna, 5 desserts and oh, good.
So I told them it was my birthday.
Oh, did you?
And then it was also Ollie's birthday.
Right.
And then Jen had her own thing. She did her own thing.
She lied about something else.
She lied about something. Or she must
Yeah.
have paid for those. I don't
Well, I was
know.
still taking care of the burn from the jambalaya.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I just want to say thank you.
Hey,
And
thank
I
you
love
for the
you.
privilege of being. I love you too, sweetheart. front of you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yay! What'd you guys think? Isn't he the sweetest? The sweetest man. Yeah, he is. He's pretty awesome. So yeah, that's my dad. I think, it's fair to say that I don't really have a desire to talk or meet or really have a relationship with my bio dad, because I have a dad and he's awesome. Okay, I am also going to I'm going to post a video of my just clips of the graduation. So maybe keep an eye on that, and you guys get to see me walk across the stage, and then it'll be like you guys are there with me. So that's, again, thank you guys so much, so much. And I'm gonna also add maybe some pictures of the leis when when they were put on me, because as my friend May says, she said I got laid by the leis. So that was really, really nice, super cool, and they're so pretty. And then my daughter's graduation is this coming Friday, so I'll try to get some little snippets on that too. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed that video with me and my dad. All right, bye.